Testing 1, 2, 3. Making sure that we are live. Let me know if you can hear me, guys, and let me know if you can hear the music, because I'm changing a couple of things here on the OBS stuff that we do to show, of course, the results from our contest in just a couple more minutes. You guys ready? But I just want to make sure that everything is currently being listened. So let me know if you can hear the music. If you can't hear any music, that's a problem. Problem. We need to solve that right now. Let's see. Who do we got here? We got Casey Forster, Mario Onofre, Bini Alex, Juan Guerra, Arsham, Gabriel Sosa, Yolanda, Hassan. Okay, so you can hear me. That's good. That's good. Pop up. No music. Okay, we don't have music. That's bad. Don't worry. It's not like extremely bad, but need to make sure. Let's see. Can you hear a little bit of background music there? Let me see if that works. We also have Elise over here, Max Swag. We got Becker Draw, Creaturology. That's a cool name. Anthony, Juan Guerra. What's up, guys? Hello, hello. Okay. Alice in Renderland, Hakanos Turk. What's up, guys? Wolf Girl, hello, my friend. Loud and clear. Okay, seems like there should be music now. That should help, because we've created some videos for you, my friends, and we want to make sure that you, of course, can hear it properly. Cool. So let's just give a couple more minutes. We need to wait for, of course, our friend Alan and David to join. And once we have that, we'll start. Today is going to be a relatively short stream, but still a lot of stuff to cover, because we have the announcement for the winners of our 4 contests here on the channel. The Call to Adventure contest. We got Rashving Singh. How was my week? I would qualify or evaluate my week as a good one, to be honest. It was a good week. Not bad. What games are you guys playing this week? Any interesting selection? Awesome. Yeah, it seems like you guys can hear everything right now. That's great. GTA 5 Online. I've never been a huge fan of GTA, to be honest. My brother, my smaller brother, he played it quite a bit, but I never got hooked to it. Road to Diamond for me and Rivals. Oh my god, solid angle. Diamond is pretty high there. I'm hoping on the War Dogs playtest at 6. Nice, nice. Overwatch, Skyrim. Oh, Monster Hunter World. That's a good one. Nice, nice. Big Walk, Disney Dreamlight Valley, Peak, and Mecha Chameleon. I want my kid to get a little bit older so that she can play Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think she's gonna enjoy it. Right now, we're playing Pokopia. Pokemon Pokopia. She loves it. Replaying God of War Ragnarok. Oh, I need to play those games. You guys are gonna crucify me, but I haven't finished them. I have them, but I haven't finished them. I gave in and started playing Genshin Impact again. Oh, no, I haven't played Genshin since earlier this year, or was it last year? No, last year. Yeah, I haven't played Genshin in a long time. Profe, any help to actually exit games who actually are a time-consuming League of Legends or other games who actually cost more than 30 minutes per game? Just delete them, man. I know it sucks, but just delete them. Like, that's the best option that you can do. Like, I've mentioned this before. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I got seriously addicted to chess. And what I had to do was install a plugin on my browsers so that it would not allow me to go into the chess sites, right? So Elite Chess and chess.com, those are like the 2 big ones. So I literally have that on my on my browsers because I cannot control myself. So I need to give myself those types of boundaries or gates in order for me to avoid going down that addictive spiral. Because remember, guys, games nowadays, they are meant to like they are built in such a way that makes them very, very addictive, which is a cool thing when you're playing them, but it's not a cool thing if you want to be more productive. Ave, have you ever felt like moving from doing art for passion to doing it for work just makes you depressed? No, not really. I mean, I've mentioned this before, Jakarta. It's still a job, right? So art as a job or art for work is still a job. So there's gonna be ugly things about it. I had a situation this week where one client is taking a little bit too much to send me some information that I need them to send me. It's like, I need that information so I can move forward. So, well, that's just how it is. And the reason why that makes me a little bit anxious is because the moment they send me the info, I'm gonna have less time to be able to do what I need to do, right? So it's like, oh my god, please move forward a little bit faster. Thank you. But yeah, it's a job. It's a job. There's gonna be things where or days that you're not gonna be enjoying it as much. There's gonna be situations. There's gonna be people that you don't like. Maybe there's gonna be a project that you don't like. It's just a job. It's just a job. My advice for that, Jakarta, is always try to have something on the side, like a passion project of yours, something that you're doing just for the love of art, right? Even if you're not going to monetize it or you're not going to make any money out of it, just having a project that you feel a little passionate about, right? Like excited about, that's usually a good way to keep balance in that side of the equation. Casey Forster says, I was like that with poker. Did you play poker professionally, Casey? Oh man, it's always been so like scary to me because now there's money on the line, right? Like literally money on the line. Let's see. We got Alan here. What's up, my friend? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Who else do we got here who just got in? Chili Ginger says, I 100% God of War last summer. Bought the second one, but I don't want the journey to end. Oh, man. I have to play that one. I recently started playing Fire Emblem Three Houses again because I'm a Fire Emblem fan. So the new one's coming out on September, and I was like, oh, let me play Three Houses again because apparently it's gonna be connected. Bashara says, didn't get to participate because I was busy being on holiday, but I'm excited to see the winners. Don't worry, my friend. We're gonna have more contests. Probably not this year. But I'm hoping to have one early next year. Why am I so stressed? It's always exciting to see what happened. One thing that I can tell you guys, and I'm going to repeat it in a few minutes, but every single one of the judges told me that this has been one of like the hardest judging that I had to do because all of the top picks were so good. Oh, I see, Casey. Yeah. Yeah, if there's something that you find, especially on your computer, right? Like if you are addicted, I don't know, to like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts or YouTube even, right? Like it's I know it sucks that we sometimes don't have enough control to just like not engage with this kind of like things. But adding those sort of like tools, like locks and time constraints or like whatever, that's a good way to ensure that you're not doing it, right? I think this might be the first video we get to see the community vote and judge vote to be the same art piece, which is crazy. No, Alex, remember that we have that actually on the document. We talked about that before, and I'm glad you brought it up because we will need to clarify that. So if someone wins on both categories, the community pick goes to the next one, right? Because we want the most people to get the most prizes. That was on the document. We've mentioned that before. So there might be a couple of surprises there for you, my friends. But yeah, the one that is being 100% respected and taking, of course, priority is the judges pick. And then the community vote will, there's a word that they say, cascade down. They will cascade down to, like, if someone already won on the judges pick side of thing, then on the community pick, they are going to cascade down to the next person so that we have another winner. When are the portfolio reviews for this month going to open? That is going to happen on next week. That's going to happen next week, my friend. So it's going to be randomly throughout next week. And actually, I'm also glad that you brought that up. Let's go full camera. Just waiting for our good friend David to see if he's going to jump in the heads. What's up, guys? Hello. What's up? Hello, everyone. So before we begin with today's stream, there's a couple of like important questions and clarifications that I want to make. So yes, I will mention it. I will mention who won like the highest points, of course, but who is the next winner, let's say. So, as for the portfolio review, one of the feedbacks that we gotten in the past couple of months about portfolio review, and we actually got that feedback about this contest as well, was that when we do super long live streams, my energy starts going down towards the end part of the live streams, right? And by the time I get to the last submissions, I am not as engaged as I was with the earlier submissions, and therefore I'm not giving as much attention to those submissions. So starting next week, starting with the next portfolio review and going forward, when we do portfolio review, we are going to be dividing the submissions into a couple of days. I'm not entirely sure yet if we're going to be doing 2 days or 3 days, but we are going to be splitting the submissions, and we're going to have at least 2 days of portfolio review. So next week on Friday, we're going to review half of the portfolio submissions, and either on Saturday or on Sunday, we're going to review the other half. What that hopefully should allow is for me to keep my energy going a little bit longer and give every single submission more time and, of course, more help. Okay, so that's something that we're going to be changing starting next week for portfolio review. Punk OS says, or Punk House says, this is a good change. Yeah, and again, this is feedback that you guys have been mentioning on the chat and on the Discord. I've even gotten some like messages, people telling me, hey, like I've seen this happening. Like, is there something that we maybe can figure out? It's like, yeah, you know what? Like, always learning, always improving, right? So if there's something that we can improve to make sure that we're all having a great time and learning as much as possible, I'm always happy to incorporate that. So yeah, that is what we are going to be doing. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So let's start, my friends. I think we have David here. Have we done the announcement on Discord, David? Are people aware that we're jumping now on the live stream? No, I don't want to split this into two. I don't want to split it into two like separate. I mean, last Friday, Friday. No. I want to keep it like contained, like in a single weekend, because otherwise then we get too distracted. And we get like the thing that I sometimes don't like about splitting that is that we get multiple weeks of portfolio review, and I want to be doing 3D on the stream, right? So we're gonna be doing that. Alex Almino says, amazing change. Your feedback is always wonderful. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so this is it, my friends. Welcome to Call to Adventure. As you guys know, during the past 8 weeks, starting at the end of June, we launched our 4th contest here on the channel. It was called Call to Adventure, where you guys were invited to create a character that was about to start either their journey or a new part of their adventure. It could have been a villain, a hero, a little bit of everything. And of course, we had some amazing sponsors that we're going to be showcasing in just a few minutes. But before that, let's take a quick look and let's go to see all of the submissions that we've had for this contest. So with, how do they usually say this on like ceremonies? I'm really happy to present the more than 180 submissions that we have for this contest. Let's go. And there we go, guys. There we go. So, first of all, congratulations to every single one of the submissions, my friends. We had over 180 submissions. I can't remember the exact number, if it was 185 or 186, but we had so many cool ones. Super fun ones, super interesting ones, some very dark ones, but other than that, we had some pretty amazing contests. As someone was mentioning here on the chat, yes, the amount of differences, right? Like the amount of art styles, the amount of presentations, different story like times, different time frames, right? Or timelines. Some were very sci-fi, some were very fantasy, some were even going all the way back to like ancient times. It was pretty cool. So congratulations to everyone. Now, before we jump on to the top 30, I do wanna give a huge shout out to all the sponsors. So we prepare this little video for you guys. I know you guys want to see the winner for this year's contest, and believe me, with over 180 submissions, it was very difficult to pick them up. Before we announce the top 30 and the winners here on our latest contest Call to Adventure, I wanna of course thank our judges, because they had the hardest job this time. They had to pick who their top 3 were, and based on those, we were able of course to select the winners. Now, I also want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. All of them have been doing amazing things in the last couple of weeks. Our first sponsor, 3D Code, they just released a new update, 3D Code 2026, with huge improvements to the UI, the performance of the software, and of course, node-based texturing. Cascadeur, of course, who also joined our sponsor list, released their new update 2026.2 with animation layers. If you've ever worked with animation, you know how powerful animation layers can be, so that you can work on different parts of your character while keeping all of the information in an easy to access place. This, on top of the improved auto posing, better physics results, and better motion, makes this an amazing software for animation. Of course, we're always happy to have our friends at Topogon, who, if you don't know, it's a very small team, but they've been able to create such an amazing software. If you're doing your topology for your characters, or you need to optimize a lot of your meshes, this is my go-to software. It has very easy to access tools, it's very performant, and you get some really quick and nice results. We also welcome, of course, our friends at Marvelous, who joined these sponsors this time around, and they've also shared some of the new things. Have you seen the new reaping tool that Marvelous Designer 2026 is going to be incorporating in the next update? I was granted early access to this test, and let me tell you guys, it's really freaking cool. As you know, with Marvelous, you can create a bunch of different things, both for games, for simulation, for film, and it's just an amazing software. If you're a character artist or thinking about being a character artist, this is an invaluable tool you should have on your toolbox. And last but not least, our friends at Marmoset, who have also released a new update. Marmoset Toolbag 5.03, which includes text layers, a very nice scatter layer that I'm actually going to be showing very soon here on the channel, the ability to use vectors instead of Marmoset, and a bunch of optimization features to make the package a lot more powerful. Thank you to all of our 5 sponsors this time around, and of course, thank you to the team, Alan and David, who made this whole thing possible. Thank you very much, my friends. Thank you to our sponsors, and please never forget, always learning, always improving. I'll see you back on the next one. So, it's time, my friends. It is time to go over the top 30 here for the Call to Adventure, our 4th contest on the channel. And let me tell you guys, let me tell you something before we see the top 30. First of all, it was very hard to pick the top 30. As we've mentioned before, this was an internal selection. So David, Alan, and myself, we decided that these were the ones that represented the best ideas, the best executions, the best original concepts, the best stories for this contest. Now, if you're not in the top 30, that doesn't mean that your stuff was not good. All of the 186 submissions were amazing, but we need to make a little filter, right? These were the top 30 that the judges had to pick, and every single one of the judges told me, Ave, this has been the hardest thing to decide because all of these 30 submissions are just freaking amazing. So it was very tough to pick. I know that, well, in a competition, there's always points and evaluations that we need to go, but please, I want to tell absolutely every single participant, just being part of this amazing contest has been a really great experience for us as a team. It was amazing to go through all of them. And we, of course, want to congratulate, well, the top 30 here for the Call to Adventure. So without further ado, this is the top 30 for our 4th contest here on Leal's 3D channel, Call to Adventure. Let's go. sorry, technical error. Give me 1 second, guys. Something happened there. Something happened there with the audio. Give me just 1 second to solve it. I'm gonna run it again, and I'm gonna quickly click the buttons to make sure that this actually worked. Give me 1 second. So here we go. So those, my friends, those were the top 30 picks for the channel. Those were the top 30 that we sent to the 5 judges that help us with this. As you guys know, I was not a judge for this time, or in this occasion, in this contest. All of the judges were announced on our previous live stream. We had Dave Paget, an amazing concept artist. We had Chris Silva, an amazing 3D sculptor. We had the Marmoset team, of course, being represented by Franny, who might be here in the chat as well. We had Ian Robinson from the ZBrush team helping us as well with the evaluation. And last but not least, we had our good friend Labros Panosis, who helped us with the evaluation process, with the judge's process. So all of them were given a PDF with all of the wireframes, the clay renders, the beauty renders, and the story, okay? So they were able to go through all of the information that you guys submitted to decide, score, and give, of course, their results. We will be sharing this scorecard on the Discord at the end of the whole thing. Like, it's going to be on the events tab. We're going to share a little picture of how the scores were so that you can see all of the information and everything becomes, of course, transparent. But before we jump into the judges speak, well, you guys picked, you guys decided who were the best community picks for this event. Keep in mind, as we've mentioned before, there were some, and some of you already know who I'm talking about, who were the top community pick, but even if it's a little bit of a spoiler, we might see some of those submissions again on the judges pick. So if the judges picked something that was already picked on the community pick, the prices on the community pool cascaded down, okay? So the ones that we're going to be showing here are the ones that are going to be getting, of course, the prices. The first place winner is going to be getting the cash prize as well as the licenses from the different sponsors, and second and third are going to be getting, of course, licenses from our sponsors as well. You guys ready? You guys ready to see the community pick here for our Ford contest? Let me just make sure that we have everything ready. Let me make sure that I don't have any questions here to answer. I think we are perfectly fine. Well, yeah, that's it. Here we go. This, my friends, is the community pick for Leal's 3D Ford contest. Call to Adventure. Congratulations to the community winners right there. Oh, let me go to full camera. There we go. That's it, right? That is the community pick. Remember, we had two categories. That's the community pick, and those were the winners. Some of you might already be asking some questions. I understand, but you gotta wait just a couple more minutes now because we're ready to present, of course, the judges' pick. So, as I was just mentioning a couple of minutes ago, the judges' pick were selected by these 5 amazing professionals, and they gave us the scorecard. They took 2 weeks to go through all of them and give the fairest, most unbiased score possible. There was no tie, so there was no need for me to do a tiebreaker. There was a very, very clear winner, and on the second and third place, things were really, really close. Again, we will be sharing this stuff. Yes, and we will be sharing also who the judges pick. That's going to be on the image that we're going to be sharing, so you're going to be able to see the top 3 picks by the judges. But yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. There's nothing else I can do to make this even more tense, so let's just jump right into the judges pick. This is, my friends, the judges pick for Leal's 3D Ford contest here on the channel. Call to Adventure. Let's go. So there we go, my friends. There we go. That's it. Those are the judges' pick. Congratulations to everyone that participated. And Nolo, my friend, there's nothing I can say. You won. You got like a double mention right now, of course, because you also won, for those of you that were unaware, the community pick. The community picked you. As we mentioned, the prices were going to cascade down. So the main prize, or at least the one that I think gets the most recognition, is the one from the judges. And therefore, you are the first place winner of the judges' pick. Let me show you guys real quick before we finish today's stream. The PDF that we sent everyone, that we sent the the judges. Just 1 second to find it right here, so that we can take another look at all of this amazing top 30 submissions. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, Nolo, congratulations, my friend. This was the PDF that was sent to all of the judges. As I mentioned, it included, of course, the beauty render, the clay renders, and the wireframes, as well as the story. So not only did they have the chance to go through all of the information or the visuals of the character, they also were able to take a look at the story, which was a defining factor on the scorecard. As you guys remember, those, even though it's only 200 words, having an interesting story allowed for a really, really cool evaluation process there for our judges. Now, how are the prizes going to be going? Especially if you're a winner and you're right now in the chat, you might be wondering, well, what's the next step? We're going to be contacting all of the sponsors. We're going to be gathering either the keys that are going to send us for the softwares or the instructions for you to redeem, of course, your licenses. For all first, second, and third place winners, there's going to be licenses, different like tiers of licenses, but we're going to be doing that whole process during the next couple of days. So please, in terms of the licenses, just give us a little bit of time to organize and make sure that we can properly coordinate all of those things. And for the cash prize, I will be contacting the winners directly via Discord, and we're going to, of course, sort that out privately so that we can get you your money prize as quickly as possible. So yeah, my friends, these were all of the top 30 submissions. These were all of the amazing things that the judges had to go through, evaluate, and decide who the winners were. Huge shout out, of course, to Nolo, our grand prize winner this time around. Huge shout out to Sean Lace with Luca Volandi. An amazing, very emotional scene here with the character, the light, even the art style, right? Like very interesting looking. And not only them, of course, but every single other one right here. Again, as I've mentioned earlier today, every single judge, every single person that helped us with this like scoring process mentioned how difficult it was to come up with the scoring system, right? Like and the points to award to each of these submissions. All of you guys did an amazing job. Congratulations to every single one of you that got here into the top 30. And this is it, guys. I think with this, we are now closing, well, the fourth contest here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed it. And as always, we will be learning things. We will be improving things for the next contest. We're going to make this an amazing experience for every single one of yours. So, Nolo and all of the winners, of course, make sure you feel very happy about what you were able to do this time around. Let's see, do we have any questions right here? Says, Nolo, make sure to share your socials in our station in the community, dude. So everyone, yeah, of course, my friend. Like, you have an amazing piece. All of these pieces here are freaking amazing. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be showing, or we will be sharing all of this information later on as part of the scorecard too. So the scorecard of the judges, so that you guys can see all of the information, is going to be available on the channel. So you can see how the judges score. You can see who their top 3 picks were and how the points were, of course, added. Any personals? Well, Becker Draw, his style, I have a sweet spot for this style, like very sort of like medieval Renaissance style, right? So I really like this one. And the one with the slime character was also an amazing one. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is it. This is the end of our 4 contests here on the channel. Thank you very much to all of the more than 180 participants. Thank you, of course, to our sponsors, Cascadeur, Marmoset, Topogon, Marvelous Designer, and 3D Code. Wolf Girl, thank you for the gift subs right now, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone who has supported the channel. And again, guys, this is thanks to you. Thank you, guys. These things that we do right here, it's thanks to the amazing community that we've been able to build throughout this more than 3 years now here on the channel. Hopefully by next event, we're going to be able to get even better prices. Every single time we've done a contest, we've had better and better prices. So hopefully by the next one, we're also going to have better prices. We're going to have an interesting theme. Like, I don't know, like we're already thinking about what we're going to be doing, but that's going to be probably, again, early next year. Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations for being a part of this amazing thing. Thank you very much for this. And hopefully, not only did you enjoy the process, but you also met a lot of people, learned new techniques, were able to maybe get outside of that comfort zone to challenge yourself to do something that made you a better artist. So thank you, my friends. I will now be going and I will be reaching out to the winners very soon, especially the top winners, so that we can discuss the cash prize. We will be, of course, contacting the sponsors, and we'll be preparing more content here for the channel. Next week, we have portfolio review. So if you want to be a part of portfolio review, remember to be on the lookout for when the post opens inside of our Discord. And yeah, that's pretty much it, my friends. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great weekend. And please never forget, always learning, always improving. Thank you very much, my friends. Have a great one. Bye-bye.